Okay, Nito, I'm not using the Microsoft webcam right now. I'm using the integrated camera in the laptop. And I'm going to go ahead and pull some images off my cell phone I forgot to take. I probably should document a little more of the, oh boy, let's see. The images of my leg. So, I really have the recent copied over. Hmm. Oh, the chips. Okay. Like, what are some of these? So, oh, my power supplies. Okay. Keysite Agilent has every week a free giveaway if you're registered with them. And this is my current situation with a power supply with the TDS 520 beneath it that hopefully doesn't turn into a boat anchor. And the switch in the back of the realistic PRO-2006 that I'm probably going to take that mod out. There's like a data squelch mod. Kind of can sort of see in the little bit of the rash side of my leg. Yeah, let's see. Here. Geez, sword protector. As real as it can be. Other applications for editing. So when you become better at videography, you can go in for a shoot in a few minutes and you're done. You're good for the day. Good for the whole whatever the show is. You get in the credits and you get to do the job on that professional. Yeah, the images aren't that great. So that rash. Oh, okay, this is probably when it was might have been going away and so what was this? This is the seventh. Yeah, it's probably when it was going away. And then this is when I noticed my foot was swollen and discolored around of the ankles, but the right ankle foot swollen more so. Almost you can see a difference in coloration on this side. It's redder and more swollen. You can see here too, I don't have hair on my legs with a X-linked hypohidrotic ectodermal dysplasia. I have no sweat glands, so um, there it is. Nasty beat up toes with a little ridge there. Something happened to me, and this is I think when I was up at Arcadia, and I got hit really hard. I mean, so bad where I almost fainted, seeing pixelated red. Um, Kind of vision in general just started fading away, and I was about to sit down on the ground, so I didn't, I'm sure if I was going to pass out or not. It was extreme rectal pain. So I was going to go to the outhouse and use the latrine there. Um, uh, Something inside, I don't know if it's my handler or just myself. I went into the shed, the steel shed, and the whole shed was vibrating. I wish I could have recorded that at the time, and I was just under so much duress, not just distress. I didn't. But man, wow, that was intense. And the effects went away, subsided, still were noticeable. And then I just took off, went up to the UP, and drove around Michigan Tech for a few. Keweenaw Peninsula, out to Okanagan, Porcupine Mountains. Okay, and here's Yeah, that's where the rash, I'm noticing it coming back. This is a recent little outbreak, and it's starting to go away again. And this is in the inner, the groin area. Let's see, I have no head. Too, don't get jealous. It's kind of, it is kind of, I don't know, maybe a little discolored too, but so I did notice it was darker. I'm not sure about the odor or anything unique, but I think what really caught my attention was moist, being too moist down there. And I know that's something I feel regularly in the anus, scrotum, maybe the inner thighs. In certain communities, I noticed that really would have been howling more. Um, seems like certain communities or certain assaults that are more typical type, um, targeting the regions of the body, I guess you'd say. So then here's a little better photo. Doesn't really exalt too much out. A little discoloration. My beat up shins, I suppose, from over the years of scarring. But, there's a little rudder down there, and there's some swelling. I don't know if that's so obvious. Oh, okay, this one is a lot better. It's like a redder, I don't know if it's like blood pooling or what you call that exactly. On my alpha, the fact that I can't believe I did that for preteens. It's right around teenage years with obsidian and um, uh, Indian ink, homemade Indian ink, even lamp black. Yeah, lamp black. I used lamp black, and it's disgusting. I can't believe I even did that. Be a removal project someday with hydrogen peroxide, maybe, or after with lasers. Okay, this must be. Let's get a date on this one. This must be when it went away and it started coming back again. So that's 1016 coming back. 1016, 936, 937. Oh, no, that's just a different photo. It's not as good. Okay, let's zoom in. So date and time stamps are there, and I can see why John Williams of Lone Star Consulting Inc. recommends a log and logging all your activities and events so you can record what observations you've made. And that makes sense. Working in a laboratory environment, you want to either good laboratory practices or good manufacturing practices. You want to have that. Oh, this is a 1976 budget. Found it inside one of the cupboard doors. Anyway, it's kind of off topic. I want to copy these images here. I'll be able to use those for editing. Well, that was kind of just a review of my hmm, uh, latest skin condition, which I haven't really had a rash like that in a while. Last time I had that was 2015. I guess that was that right? Yeah, not last winter, but the prior winter, um, January 2016, just around Christmas time. So tail end of December, I drove the truck back from Tucson, Arizona, um, and I bought the car out Desert Toyota in Tucson. Drove back, and whoa, I think I brought back the valley fever. That's at least what my doctor stated, and got a prescription of diflucan. Talked to some other doctors and nurses, and got a range of opinions regarding I want to take that stuff, or if you do, just take one, maybe take all. And that corroborated with my doctor, who had noted that I can prescribe you diflucan. And I said, well, sure, that's great. I can use teoconazole, maybe monostat, put that on once, or I'm going to go ahead and try tea tree oil and Dr. Bronner's tea tree oil soap with iodine and see what that does. And that's all I did, and that seemed to work. And I don't recall using the teoconazole, but the more I think about it, I might have had some. I think I did do a one. Remember, if you ever don't, I'm not a doctor, don't take my advice, but with a first bachelor's in the background in quality control and pharmaceutical industry, That stuff, that's only meant for one application. My thoughts are if a woman will take a whole tube of it in her vagina, then, well, a little bit on your finger, just a little bit, and you put it on a spot, it should work. So just don't do it too many times. I guess you probably could do it more than once, use it more than once, but now I think about it, I did use it once. Yeah, it's always my rule with that stuff. If I ever have to use it, um, so if I get a skin condition, I don't know. I think where did I learn that from? Oh, horses. I think people that growing up around people who had horses, and I guess horses will get fungal infections more often in some places than bacterial. So instead of using neosporin, they use antifungals. I don't know. One of those things where now I think after finding tea tree oil and the Dr. Bronner soap, um, and good old iodine with, iodine deficiency in the soils, at least in the United States, and maybe throughout the world too. I don't really know as much, but growing up around here in Michigan, there is more of the iodine deficiency, and doesn't hurt to have extra iodine. Why not? I mean, it's not a bad idea, not a bad thing. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here, and can't think of anything else, but this is a neat little application. This ice cream screen recorder. So I'm going to try to work on some more videos, and the other video's a gig, so I have to edit that a little bit. And boy, it's like a lot more than the other videos I uploaded with the 20 kilohertz and the sweeping range. But I'm going to go ahead and stop this and try to maybe make an outline. I need to plan a little better. I did just start using Google Calendar today, so I need to get back to scheduling, um, planning a little more critically thinking. Um, I don't know if it's iodine or what, but seems to be getting me maybe recording those frequencies too. I did have a few assaults afterward, like I said, with the swelling that I making me cough demonstrated, but I haven't really had as bad of physical assaults other than the shin and the feet, and that's probably more physically. It hurt worse than um, when I recorded them the night when I was getting more of the anal, uh, head, neck, strange sensations, heart, chest, uh, shots. Uh, it's amazing, ridiculous. But I suppose we're getting jammed a little bit in the head right now, trying to think. It's kind of speechless. It's kind of rough. As we go ahead and stop this and try to get a better plan together for future um, recording and documenting what's going on. And some other cool stuff, I hope, at least in regards to amateur radio, receiving, at least for now, and radio directional finding a little better the sources of where these frequencies are coming in from. And apparently, my laptop, it seems to be a source of the emanations. Thing is, why are they on me? So, who'd have thought a laptop? I don't know, I'm sure there's other directions they're coming in from, so, and other sources. I just have to take the time to scan the range of frequencies and see if there's anything associated with those um, sonic, ultrasonic, and infrasonic frequencies being brought in through another carrier. And it's interesting reading more, trying to understand further out from 2 gigahertz and higher frequency. There's a lot out there. So I have a book actually I was reading, and where's that book I was reading? The Free Air. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Build your own build your own free air satellite TV system. And they're going into 11 KU band, I want to say. Don't quote me though. I have to do a better recording of the, I could do of the book too. Um, Signals that are out there, and man, there's a lot of signals out there. You know, you've got the radar detectors. You know, there's a few bands there: X band, K band, lasers. There's a lot of different bands out there in the microwave region. I'm curious to find out eventually how to detect those. For now, though, let's start with working from the low frequency, I guess, bottom end up. Um, and I like to target the bottom end for sure, but infrasound and up, and I suppose the ULF, ultra low frequency and extremely low frequency, is going to be a challenge. Um, Getting devices to record those frequencies, and just try to be a little more critical too with recording and documenting and being aware of what sources of the emissions are and what would be those typical emissions, and excluding emissions that wouldn't be so dangerous, or combining or subtracting human body resonant frequencies, or other types of low energy, potentially diathermy or ionizing activities where, you know, there's effects to neurotransmitters, hormones, nervous nervous system transmissions that are giving me gas, or quite angry about that. And it's one of the things that can cause bloating and gas. And it's rather ridiculous. So, anyways, I'm going to sign off and do the work.